What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Dubai, as well as Married to Medicine. So let's get into it. All right, y'all, so let's start off with Married to Medicine. So it looks like Miss Quad brung either one of the guys she is dating or the guy that she is dating to the show finally. I don't know if we'll be able to see him or if she just brought this, like this was just her date for the event. But I definitely think this is her new man because we've never really seen any of the guys that Quad is dating her actually like post them on social media. She really does keep her dating life private, but they make a cute couple. He looks very handsome and they look great in their outfits together. So this picture that I'm showing you guys is from the Met Gala. You know, it's the playoff of the Met Gala, and I think this might be either the second year or the third year that they're doing it. I think they want to make it a tradition, especially in the medical community in Atlanta. But everybody to me looked like nice. You know, I saw a video of Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly. I saw Toya and Anila. We saw Curtis, and I don't think I saw Damon. I didn't see Dr. Damon. I don't even think I saw Eugene. And I also didn't see Cecil or Simone, but I did see Sweet Tea, and I think I saw Gregory. But, you know, Phaedra brought Dwight. I said, oh, look at Dwight. If y'all don't know, Dwight looks so much better ever since he went on Botched and got his nose redone. He looks way better. He looks happier and he looked better. So shouts out to Dwight. And then there was also, I forgot her name. She was there last year before this year with Sweet Tea. I think her name was like Ayana or Ayana. It started with an A. I can't remember her name, but her husband was a doctor and they met in college. And she was pregnant last season and she revealed it to the cast when they were on their cast trip. But she was there with her husband and she's also pregnant again. So I wonder if she's going to be, what's it called? If she's going to be there next year, like if she's going to be for their next season. Because if so far, all of the pictures that I've been seeing for next season actually look cool. Like it looks like Quad is getting along with the ladies, you know, for right now. They had that Freaknik party that looked like it was a lot of fun. I think I also saw a picture of them like going ATV riding. So I'm looking forward to watching Married to Medicine when it comes back. So next, let's talk about Real Housewives of Dubai. So I came across this interview that Lisa did with Entertainment Tonight, and she was asked again by Bryce Sanders, like, how do you feel about this season? You know, after it's been a long time since you guys filmed, what are you not looking forward to? And she said her breakdown in her relationship with Ayan. So let me play that clip for you guys, and then let's discuss.
To relive all these months later.
Yes. I think my fight with Ayan, having to relive that, I think it's going to be the most difficult. But guess what? I get to see her perspective because she's out there playing victim. So I want to see why.
What would you say is at the heart of the issue there for you?
Miscommunication, but also loyalty. I'm big on loyalty. When I'm friends with anyone, I'm like the most loyal friends. I think you can see from season 1, I was ride or die. You know, if you have a problem with her, you have a problem with me type of energy. And I expect that in return, and I didn't get it.
You were riding maybe a little harder than she was showing up for you.
Yes, 100%.
Is it repairable, or are we in an irreparable spot?
Everything is repairable, unless you sleep with my husband. I feel like I can get through anything else. And it wasn't that deep, to be honest, but I think for me, anything besides something as drastic as that is repairable. So never say never.
So here's my thing. I'm glad Lisa basically validated what I've been saying, is that she be taking on other people's beefs when she doesn't have to. Now, I know Stansberry and Lisa already had somewhat issues, especially when Stansberry like questioned Lisa's character, even though it was Sergio who was like looking at Lisa, and Lisa's very pretty and very attractive. And I'm like, Lisa don't want Sergio. Sergio don't want her. On top of that, girl, Stansberry be acting like she don't want Sergio. Lisa is a mother of 3 and got a whole husband. She don't want that man. And then, they were hurling insults at each other at the reunion. Stansberry accused her of being like an escort and stealing designs, and then Sergio got in on it. And then you have Elisa accusing Stansberry of like, I guess being a part of that Jeffrey Epstein kind of situation. So they both were hurling really messed up things at each other. But I just feel like had Lisa kind of just fell back a little bit, still be there for Ayan, but peep the scene that Ayan genuinely wanted to be friends with Stansberry. Because to me, it never made sense why Ayan was upset by not being invited to the hen party, when it's like, girl, you weren't invited. Okay, let's move on. But Lisa was invited and she went. So how loyal is Lisa to Ayan? But we'll see. I do want to understand like what the breakdown in communication was, because it seems like Lisa is open to like reconciling with Ayan. But when I see Ayan kind of talk about this, she talks about being like heartbroken and devastated and all of this stuff. And I don't know if that's just Ayan being dramatic, or if something really happened to where she felt totally betrayed by Lisa. But I'm interested in watching it, and it should be coming on tonight, because they switched the show from coming on Sundays right after Real Housewives of New Jersey to their official date, which is Tuesday at I think 8 o'clock. So y'all, let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So it looks like last Thursday, the ladies were at the Viper Room. So it says RHOB at the Viper Room's Pose Pride Party on Thursday evening. Erica Jane performed her new single, which I heard it on, someone posted like clips of it on Instagram. It actually gives like summer vibe anthem. So I was like, okay, Erica, you might have a win right here. Because how many F's do you give? I like that song, even though the context of it is bad, But while they were at the party, someone actually caught a recording of Sutton going off or having a meltdown. But we see, it seems like the whole cast was there. You see Garcelle, you see Jennifer Tilly, you see Kyle, we see Bozma, and you see Sutton. But like when I tell you she is like pointing, having a meltdown, I wonder what about. And I wonder who it was directed towards. Because I feel like at first I thought it might have been directed towards Dorit, because Dorit is there as well, and so is Erica sitting down at this round table. But maybe she's just doing hand gestures. Either way, I'm down for it. It's going to be a good season when you have at least one good meltdown from Sutton. So let's talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, I forgot to put this in my spicy corner for the review that is, it was posted yesterday, so check it out. I just forgot to do it. But I saw this right before I watched the episode, and Jackie had made this statement that she posted in her Insta story, and I thought she was referring to the fans, because one thing Potomac fans and New Jersey fans have in common is how rabid they get about that show or about their shows. But Jackie said this. She says, belittling someone's mental health is never in good taste. Nothing could make me spiral back into an eating disorder. Nothing. Don't come for other people's peace just because you can't find yours. And I didn't know who she was talking about. I thought maybe she was talking about fans, because a lot of people who used to be fans of Jackie or on team, Margaret and Melissa, are very turned off by Jackie's behavior this season. They feel like she is a Judas. She flip-flopped really hard. Like she just jumped to the other team. And if you watch my review, I said maybe Jackie genuinely wants to be friends with Teresa, because people have been bringing up that old photo of Jackie going to like a book signing with her kids to get a book signed by Teresa. So maybe it bothered her that her and Teresa could never get on the same page, and now that there's an opportunity, she's taking it. It does call into question her character. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I do understand why people are like, girl, you look crazy. And she does. But I thought maybe it was fans coming at her, because I have seen people, like when she made that birthday post about Teresa, they were going in on her in the comments. So I thought that's what she was talking about. Well, shouts out to the people that run Reality Entertainment TV. They posted Jackie's Insta story, but then they posted the clip that Jackie was talking about, and it gave more context to it. So on last Sunday's episode, when Margaret and the other women went to a charity event, Melissa was telling Margaret, like, hey, I'm inviting Jackie to the open house. Like, are you cool with that? Well, Margaret was like, of course I'm cool with that, because if you don't do it, she's gonna blame you for her darkest hour. So let me play that clip for you guys.
I did invite Jackie because, listen, I would not want to not, I mean.
Of course, you're not going to not invite her. The girl can spiral, and then she'll have to thank you for, putting her into her darkest hour.
Margaret, Miss Margarita, trout mouth, pigtails Joseph. Why would you say that? Saying she's going to blame you for her darkest hour and spiral, or her darkest... Margaret ain't... I tell y'all this, if you watch my reviews, the only two people I remotely like on Jersey is Troutmouth Margaret and New Nose Jennifer. That's why it's always funny to me when people are like, oh, they can't stand Jennifer, she's insufferable, she's this and she's that. And I'm like, but you like Margaret? And I'm like, they're two sides of the same coin. They're both busybodies. They be in everybody's mess. It's just Margaret is better at doing her mess than Jennifer. And they both say things that should get them popped in the mouth. It's just that one is more palatable to you than the other. But it's just funny to me. But Margaret shouldn't have said that. Girl, you should not be questioning your ex-friend's eating disorder. But what I will say is, I don't think Jackie going to be friends with Teresa is the reason why Margaret and Jackie aren't cool anymore. There's definitely more to this situation. And I don't think we'll ever get the true... I don't think they'll ever flesh it out the way I think I want them to. I honestly think that I just think there's more to it. And I think Jackie being friends with Teresa or going on the side of Teresa is just like the cherry on top to their bad situation, But I was just like, why you say that? Talking about that lady going spiral. So with me talking about Margaret, let's talk about what Tamara said on Two Teas in a Pod, and the fact that I'm kind of shocked that I agreed with Teddy. So let me play that clip for you guys.
She's not very happy.
With the edit or with... Well, she chose to make her storyline her storyline.
Yeah, but it could be, she talked about a million different things, but they're only showing her.
I'm sorry, would you rather see her give a syringe full of medicine to her dog and it peeing on the floor, or her talking about, I don't get it. Like, what other thing? They're going to share whatever's the most interesting.
No, but they're going to show her talking about Teresa nonstop, whether she did it or not. Like, she can have 25 conversations, but the only ones they pick up are her
she
talking about
chose to
Teresa.
make her storyline Jan and Teresa. That is a choice. If she didn't want to talk about
Teresa, agree with that. I mean, obviously Jan, because there's a lot to do with Jan, but with Teresa, I mean, obviously she's a cast member. You have to talk about her. There could have been a million other things that were said, just not shown.
So like I said before I played the clip, I'm actually surprised that I agree with Teddy. Like, genuinely surprised, because normally I don't like her takes. But I think she's right about this one. But I also understood where Tamara was coming from, where it's like Margaret could be talking about a bajillion other things and have other things going on, and this is just what production decides to show us. But to like what Teddy said, you could be doing all of that, but if this is the only interesting thing about your storyline, which is, you dealing with the grief of your ex-husband and your issues with Teresa, then that is what they're going to show. And Margaret's been in this game long enough to know that is how it's played. So I don't understand why she getting upset about it. I mean, I understand she doesn't like Teresa and things of that nature. But it's like, Margaret, you really haven't had anything going on other than you dealing with the grief of your ex-husband and your issues with Teresa. And here's my theory. or was not really theory. Here's my thought about this. This is just a random thought that popped in my head while I'm like talking about this. I really think the cast did themselves a disservice, because now, you know, they're trying to recast and reboot, and they're thinking about putting them on an Atlanta hiatus or a pause until they figure things out, which I'm all here for. But I feel like the people who are committed to not filming with Teresa or interacting with Teresa, I think they did themselves a disservice in the sense of not understanding, not filming with her still made her the focal point of a lot of scenes in this show. Like take last Sunday's episode. The only two stories that were not Teresa centered was Danielle doing, you know, her fashion show, and then Dolores and Paulie. Everybody else, Rachel talked to Margaret about Teresa. Margaret threw that shot at Louis. Then when they went to the charity event, they talked about Jackie being cool with Teresa. They also talked about Rachel and her issues with Teresa. They talked about, Margaret threw shade about that. Then now at the end of the episode, we got them, even Jennifer, the meeting of the Jennifers. They talked about Teresa, about Jennifer going to Melissa's housewarming party. Then you have at the end of the episode, the battle of the couples, John versus Teresa and all of that stuff. So it's like, I feel like to set a precedent of them being like, we're not filming with Teresa, we don't want to be around her and all of this stuff, which is their right. I don't think they missed the mark, because y'all kind of made her a focal point, in my opinion. So while I'm talking about Teresa, y'all heard about all that stuff about the blogger, Melissa's new nose coming out saying, or Melissa's old nose coming out saying that Teresa paid them and all of this stuff. Well, Teresa was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy actually questioned her about it. And I got this from ReadsnRecepits, and it says, Teresa says she does not leak stories to bloggers, but Margaret does. So this is, and then they added in the tweet that this lady is trying to refute what Teresa is saying. So she says, Teresa is well aware that on top of being morally corrupt, what she was doing could get her fired. Jimmy Leonard was aware as well, which is why they both attempted to cover it up on social media so they wouldn't be caught. #RHONJ. So let me play this for y'all.
Got a lot of questions wanting to know your response to allegations that you have leaked stories to bloggers and you work with bloggers to go against your castmates.
Never. Prove it.
There are a lot. There are a lot of screenshots floating around
there's not,
online.
Not of me telling anybody to put stories out there. There's screenshots of Margaret doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, it just came out. Are you watching, Andy, online?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a lot of stuff about you.
Yeah,
and Jen Aiden.
not me putting stuff out there.
Okay.
No, it's this blogger's lying. Oh. But they're not my texts. Yes.
Okay.
Obsessed. Exactly.
All right.
So the only reason why I'm bringing this is because someone asked me my opinion. So here it is. I don't really care. And the reason why I say that is the housewife fandom is so fickle. And so as I've gotten older, I realized that people are okay with condemning people that they don't like, but let somebody that they like exhibit the same behavior, they find every excuse to defend them. When we found out that Robin was talking to like bloggers or in a group chat with bloggers, everyone was like, oh my gosh. But we also found out that Candace got that information because she's in a group chat with bloggers. So y'all are doing the same thing, but one is worse than the other because, some people don't like one, some people like the other. Then we had the whole Monica Garcia thing. Everybody's all like, oh my God, reality Von Tees, y'all should have let Monica stay on the show. But now that we find out that these women may have been giving information to fan accounts, all of a sudden we'll burn them at the stake. But we know Margaret does the same thing. We know Melissa does the same thing. Like Dolores, what Dolores said at the beginning of the season is true. Everybody is tit for tat at this point, and none of y'all are clean. Everybody plays in the mud. It's just that one group is smarter not to get caught than the other. That's where I'm at with it. But what I really want to know is, what is the end goal for Melissa's old nose, the lady that runs that account? Like, do you want Teresa to get fired? And what if she doesn't get fired? You keep going on, and I guess you're trying to change the way people view Teresa, and some have changed their opinion of her. Others feel like, girl, I still like her no matter what you're saying. And I'm just like, you're going to all these podcasters and all of this stuff to give out this information, but what is the end goal? And then you're also calling Teresa morally corrupt, but at the end of the day, you were okay with it until she did you wrong. So you're not doing this because you're a noble person, or you're a person with, like, you had a conscience and you had a good heart. You're doing this out of spite. And honestly, when you do these types of things out of spite, it doesn't make you look better. It just shows the type of character you have, and it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. So those are my thoughts. So let's move over to Miss Potomac. So first up, let's talk about Kiarna. So this is coming from the Neighborhood Talk. It says, Kiarna insinuates that she pressed charges on Deborah. Justice should be served. So let me play that clip for you guys.
A lot about me this season. You guys are going to see me. I am in the field, honey. Key all on lap. And I am. Hey, friend. Are you going to sue the monster who did that to you? Yes, I think justice should be served. I know for here, Ashley going to be jealous of you. Child, we working through Ashley. Child, you're always friend. They better know that in real life. You guys are going to learn a lot about me this season. You guys are going to see me. I am in the field, honey. Key all on lap. And I am. Hey, friend. Are you going to sue the monster who did that to you? Yes, I think justice should be served. I know for here, Ashley going to be jealous of you. Child, we working through Ashley. Child.
If I was Kiarna, weird eyebrows looking Deborah, and that girl, Ashley's friend with the blonde hair, with the lime green or highlighter green or highlighter yellow blazer would have been in jail that night. Cause I would have went to the hospital, took pictures of my body and my bruises, and then I would have went to the precinct and filed a complaint. Somebody would have got arrested. And then I would have called the police officers and been like, let me ride with you. So when they knock up on that door and they open it up, I'm behind them, behind the police saying, arrest her, officer. She did this to me. Because what we not gonna do is you putting your hands on me and you're not gonna suffer the consequences. Like, I would have sued both of them. Because it's not like they're protected by that Bravo clause where, you know, they can't, like, when they sign the contracts, they can't sue castmates. But I honestly hope that Kiarna is giving Ashley the blues. I really do. I do not like Ashley. Out of everybody on Real Housewives of Potomac, I know a lot of people have a huge disdain for Candace, for Gizelle, for Robin, and them, but like the person I don't see it for the most is Ashley. I used to really like Ashley season 1 through 3, but after that, like, Ashley to me is just she's a grimy person, and I don't like grimy people. Like, she set up that whole situation about the Osu with Nneka and Wendy. Then you have this fight that happened at the GNA event. You knew Deborah came there to cause an issue. Even Mia said Deborah even wanted to argue with me until I was nice to her, and all of a sudden she was cool with it. She wanted a moment. You brought somebody that you knew was a thirst bucket, and she ended up physically assaulting by pouring a drink on Candace while her back was turned, hitting Kiarna in the face with a ceramic mug. Then she got beat up. Then your friend in the lime green outfit yanked Kiarna from behind, and they fell on the floor. So you got your friend beat up, you got your other friend hurt because she jumped in and tried to, like, you know, stop the fight, even though I think what she did was foul at AF as well. But you could see her in the episode rubbing her legs because she fell on her legs in the most uncomfortable way. Then you got Kiarna bleeding, and I just feel like people who can orchestrate that type of chaos are not to be trusted, and they're not good people. And so I can't do it with Ashley. I can't do it with her. So let's talk about Wendy's 40th birthday. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was not gonna talk about this. But the reason why I'm talking about this, because shout out to the person that actually asked me in my last DramA video, what were my thoughts about Wendy and Gizelle being cordial at her birthday. And so I was like, well, I gave a response on that video. Might as well talk about it in video format instead of just in the comments. So Wendy had her 40th birthday. I guess the theme was like white. You know, black people look great in white. except for Ashley, because y'all, Ashley irritates me. She irritates me because I saw this outfit. It's a laced like pantsuit outfit. The white underwear looks like a diaper, and I feel like had this been on somebody that is white, it probably would have ate, because someone in the comments said something that really stood out to me about Ashley's style. Someone was like, Ashley dressed like she's some bohemian white woman, and I said that's what it is, and she's not. And I'm not saying, like, you know, she is mixed, so she's white and black. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to tap into that part of herself, that part of her culture, but I'm like, I feel like Ashley needs to find a happy medium. She needs to find like some like mixed or a white stylist who can give her variety, because every time Ashley wears something, it's always ill-fitted, and I feel like she's going for a certain aesthetic, but she doesn't fit that aesthetic, so it never looks right to me. Like, I saw this and I said, why would she wear this? Like, and with she get on my nerves. But let me get back to the birthday party. So we, in the video clip you see that went viral, is Wendy walking out for her birthday. She sees Gizelle. She's like, hey, and she runs up to her and gives her a hug. And I think I saw someone say that Wendy didn't know Gizelle was coming. I guess Gizelle said she wasn't coming. But then I saw this really nice picture of Gizelle and Wendy and Karen posing, and it was like they were taking a picture at the birthday. Now here's my thing, I don't really care. And when I say I don't really care, what I'm saying is I'm not really moved by this interaction. Like, I think it's great that they're at least on speaking terms and they're cordial, but what it boils down to me ultimately is that somebody either tapped Gizelle on her shoulder or set up a Zoom meeting and they told her, girl, get right or get left. And I think Gizelle actually heard what they were saying, because she got demoted to second chair. And she lost her chair to Mia. Girl, you got demoted to second chair. And then on top of that, your bestie got fired. And I think maybe Gizelle thought maybe they would demote Robin to like a friend of, and she be Gizelle's friend. But no, girl, they got rid of that lady. They got rid of her. And I think Gizelle is like, okay, I think she realized like, okay, I need to play nice. So I do think she was struggling probably in the beginning of filming, trying to find her footing, because she no longer has that like security blanket of Robin, because that's what Robin is. Gizelle having Robin meant that Gizelle didn't have to like push herself too far to get to know any of the new people or try to be cool with them. She had her friend there that was going to ride with her no matter what. And I think Robin leaving, it is what it is. Now, out of the two of them, I was okay with Robin staying and Gizelle leaving. I was totally fine with that, because at least with Robin, we saw Robin actually interacting with the other ladies, and she seemed to be cool when Gizelle wasn't around. So I was cool with Robin staying, but she's not here, so we got Gizelle. I will say it does make Wendy kind of look funny to me, because it's like, this lady has been giving you her ass to kiss for like episodes, for seasons, girl, for years, and now y'all cool. So I wonder what kind of conversation they had to get to this place. Yeah, but you know, Wendy was always cool with being cordial or moving forward with Gizelle. But I also think Wendy wanted to be friends with Gizelle because they were cool for season 5. And they're also sorors, so maybe that's the other aspect to it. But yeah, I wasn't moved by it. I think somebody told Gizelle, girl, be nice or play nice or actually play this game or lose your job. And Gizelle has 3 daughters in college, and I don't know what else Gizelle does other than that podcast, and I haven't heard anything about that podcast. So I feel like she's like, you know what, I have to do what's best for me and my checkbook and my purse. So I think being cool with people is what's best for her checkbook and her purse. So the last thing we're going to talk about, you guys, is Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's get into that. All right, y'all, so let's talk about Atlanta. So it looks like the battle between Brittany and Kenya is still waging on. So on Sunday, Kenya posted in her Insta story dynamic duo, and it was a picture of her and Portia. And I'm getting this from the RHOA talk, and it says Kenya with a story, who's ready for season 16, the dynamic duo. And then you got Brittany and what's her name, Kelly. I guess they were out hanging hanging out. So let me post that video of them where they pretty much were saying that they're like best friends in real life. So let me play that clip for y'all.
And in real life. Look who showed up. Bestie. In real life. And in real life. Look who showed up. Bestie. In real life. And in real life.
So that was Kelly and Brittany. It looks like they were at some hotel in Atlanta. Very nice setup. If you look at her Insta stories, it's like a cute little area. Kind of gave country club, but I was like, maybe it's a hotel. So I guess that was them shading Kenya and Portia because, you know, a lot of people feel like Kenya and Portia being cool now is fake, myself included. It does give fake tease, but I'm going to let it go because honestly, I didn't want to see Portia and Kenya fighting again. We've seen it over and over and over, and the outcome's always the same. Kenya normally gets the best of Portia, and then Portia, it's not entertaining to watch anymore. So I think that was what they were trying to make the point, like, we're real friends in real life. And I was like, okay, cute. So I guess Britt's husband or her fiance or her boyfriend, I don't know. I've been seeing people say that's not her husband, but the lady keep referring to that man as her husband. So I'm going to call that man her husband. But she says that's her husband. Was like, he was hanging out with them at the pool. And he posted this in his Insta stories. I see why they mad, baby. And I mean, Britt is pretty, but I don't think Kenya is threatened by Brittany and that BBL body and her looks. Like, Kenya got her booty done and Kenya looks pretty. So that didn't hit for me. But it looks like Britt is going to be shading Kenya about not having a man. So she was showing off her body at, I guess, like at the hotel that they were at, because it looks like she has on the same bikini. But let me play that video for you guys.
I do. I wanted to get a photo with my husband. You know, it's a rarity around here. What's wrong, Bobby?
You want to get pics outside?
I do. I wanted to get a photo with my husband. You know, it's a rarity around here. What's wrong, Bobby?
Oh, Brittany. Let me explain something to you, Brittany. The like, I have a husband reads or I have a man breeds do not land on Housewives anymore, girl. Especially when 5 people on this cast are either in the midst of a divorce or they are divorced. Kenya, divorce. Cynthia, divorce. Drew, maybe getting a divorce. Portia, in the midst of a divorce. Kelly, who Kenya let us know is getting a divorce. That's 5 people. Only you, Angela, and Shamia are in relation, like, are still with their significant other. So that doesn't really land, sis. It doesn't land. And on top of that, your husband is not a looker for you to be like, my husband. What it's giving is, you know what? I'm not even going to say that because that's not very nice. But I want to see their dynamic, because right now what it's giving is Brittany is pretty and she got with a man with money. But if that man didn't have money, she wouldn't give him the time of day. Same with the way you was dating Rick Ross. Girl, don't nobody want that belly on them. As a fat person myself, I don't want to be rubbing stomachs together with somebody. Like, you was with Rick Ross because he was Rick Ross. So they don't land, Brittany. They just don't land. So save yourself those types of reads or digs. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this clip that went around of Brittany and Kelly while they were at the pool, pretty much saying like they want to leave Atlanta. They don't want to do RHOA anymore. It's too much. But you could tell that they were joking, but not joking at the same time. So let me play that clip.
I mean, you don't want to do what? I don't want to do the show. It's too much. I don't want to do it. Hold on. We gotta protect the titties. I don't want to do it. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. We want to do it, but we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Do it. That's still bad. I mean, you don't want to do what?
So here's my thing. I am trying really hard not to prejudge Kelly and Brittany or Brit, because we don't know. I don't know who they are. You know, I don't know them. I don't know who they are. But I'm going to be all the way 100. Their energy is kind of off-putting, if I'm going to be honest. But I want to give them a chance the same way I'm planning on giving the rest of the cast a chance. Like, am I wiping the slate clean? No. But am I pushing some things off the slate? Yes. But it's just their energy is just kind of like, it's cringy. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's cringy. It's giving try hard, too eager. And don't get me wrong, I like VH1, but they giving VH1 Love and Hip Hop type of energy. Okay, and I want Bravo to stay Bravo, just like TLC need to stay TLC. OWN needs to stay as OWN. You know, WeTV stays as WeTV. Like, leave them VH1 antics at VH1. Like, if y'all wanted this type of energy or this visibility, then y'all should have auditioned for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, not come to Bravo. And the thing about it is, and here's a sports analogy, even though I'm not that great at sports. The way I see VH1 is like a team winning like the Super Bowl. Like, you're going to get way more visibility, you getting way more money, and more opportunities are going to be like given to you, which means you have to come prepared to win the Super Bowl. I feel like Kelly and Britt are not prepared to win the Super Bowl. I think they are still like, they're giving college antics, but not NFL antics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not giving that right now. Like, it's like y'all are still acting like why are y'all talking about the show? Why are you talking about you don't want to do the show anymore? Girl, shut up. Shut up. Like, you signed up for this, so be prepared for it. And what it feels like to me, like I told y'all my theories, I really feel like they came for Kenya and didn't expect to get that blowback. It also feels like the season is going to be Portia and Kenya versus Kelly and Britt and everybody else running in between them. That's what it's given to me. But I wonder if they're going to be able to survive the heat from both Portia and Kenya. So the last thing we're going to talk about is this article by the Jasmine brand, where supposedly they got some exclusive about production. But let's see. It says exclusive. RHOA producers are allegedly trying to make sure no storylines leak. Plus, they will shake up if this season 16 isn't a success. So here's the thing. The Jasmine brand's interface pisses me off because while I've been trying to read, every time I casually scroll, it takes me, like, I accidentally hit an advertisement. It takes me away from the page. I understand that's how they get paid, but it's such a frustrating, like, experience reading articles on their page. So I'm just going to give you the summary. If you would like to read the article for yourself, it's in the description box. Y'all know the link is in the description box below. So here's the thing. They basically said that now production is trying their best to be very tight-lipped about, or like making sure no leaks come out about the storylines for this season. I said that must be something they're implementing now, because we just saw Shamia's birthday party, them jumping in the pool and her getting a Rolls Royce. We now got footage of Kenya and this alleged like situation between her and Brittany. Like, y'all are not doing the best. Y'all suck. I'm sorry. Y'all suck. So I guess this might be something new that they're doing. They also stated that like it's pretty much do or die now for this season. Like, this is like their last hurrah. If they can't get it right for season 16 and they can't the ratings don't show, then they're going to do a complete cast, like pretty much they said a major overhaul or a major shakeup, which is pretty much means they're probably going to reboot this entire show and we're going to get a brand new, like all new women, which I would be fine with either way. But I don't know, Brittany and Kelly I don't know if they don't fit the vibe, and I just don't see them meshing with the ladies like that, because it's crazy that Brittany's 36 from what I saw online, and they said Kelly's 39. Drew is 39, but for some reason Drew clicked with the group a little bit better than what I feel like Kelly and Britt are about to get. And it's also crazy to me that Britt is 36, but you know, Drew looked younger than her to me. That's why you shouldn't do all of that work to your face. Because like Angela makes sense to me. Even Shamia makes sense to me. But I don't know about Kelly and even Drew, even though y'all know I don't want Drew to be on this show. But I don't know about Kelly and Britt. Well, we'll have to see. I definitely think it's going to be an interesting season. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it's definitely going to be interesting. So that is all I have for you guys today. That is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic and definitely hop down in them comments below. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.